questions to you, Supriya. One, Sanju says that these are not organic protests that are happening across the country. There's some force, some sort of hand behind it, possibly the opposition parties who are fanning these fires. And secondly, what is it that has rattled you so much about the Agnipath scheme?
Yeah, I think we are firstly, it's been 5 days since the scheme was announced. The BJP spokespersons, the ministers ad nauseum going and explaining the scheme. लेकिन हर बार ऐसा क्यों होता है? किसानों को भी आप समझा नहीं पाए, देश के युवाओं को भी आप समझा नहीं पाते, सब लोग नासमझ हैं. Nobody understands what the BJP government's policies are. Nobody understands what they want to do, except for the BJP itself. And every time there is a protest in this country, whether it was farmers, 750 of them who died, whether it's India's youth today who's absolutely frustrated. And I will just in a minute tell you why. Every time there is a toolkit, there is an international conspiracy, whether it was Hathras, whether it was CA, whether it was the farmer protest, whether it was the protest against privatization of railways. Why is it that every time, where are the riots happening? They're happening in states ruled by the BJP, whether it's the BJP, and I unequivocally say, violence is no solution. People should shun violence completely. There has to be a Gandhiwadi Satyagraha. We stand for it. We stand with you in it. So I request everybody to shun violence. But I will say one thing. And that one thing is that every time you come out with a scheme, there is an afterthought. Because there were protests, age limit was increased from 21 to 23. Because there was a protest, you are now giving sporadic reservations here and there. Who do you consult? You were consulting people for 2 years, but I have heard multiple men from the armed forces and experts say this is not a scheme. You should have done a pilot. You should have, had a small scheme to roll out to see what the impact will be. The other explanation being given for
okay, Sanju, just let her finish her point and then you can counter it.
Poulomi, I don't do debates like this.
No, Sanju, you made your point. You made your point. Let her make her point. You'll have all the time to counter it. Supriya.
The Congress is electorally over. You are down to being a small vernacular party. Stop taking the moral high ground and giving advice unsolicited one at that.
Sanju, please respond to the question. Respond to the point. The point that was made by Supriya, is this an afterthought? Every time there's an afterthought, after there's a reaction on the ground from the farmers or from the youth of the country, there's an afterthought.
Poulomi, I'm still talking. I don't think she has any business heckling me. Put her damn faders down because this is not how they
okay,
happen.
Wait. Hang on. Ladies, please.
No, Poulomi, I think still my turn to speak. You cut me short, she cut me short. Let me finish my point.
Okay. Sanju, just give her 30 seconds. Give her 30 seconds and you can counter. 30 seconds. That's it. Supriya, go on.
The BJP's own ally with whom they are in government in Bihar, the JDU is saying take back the scheme. Their own ministers like VK Singh, who's the ex-chief of army staff, is saying, I know nothing about this scheme. Amrinder Singh is a man who has served in uniform.
Okay. Got your point, Supriya. Sanju, please. Sanju, respond. Your own allies, people who are in fact affiliated with the Bharatiya Janata Party, NDA, Captain Amrinder Singh, JDU has its own reservations. JDU is saying review the scheme.
May I? Okay.
JDU.
Wait, Supriya, you made your point. Supriya, you made your point. You made your point. Sanju, please respond.
Thank you, Poulomi. Poulomi, I'm surprised that the fact that JDU is possibly unhappy about this scheme, the fact that possibly Amrinder Singh is unhappy about this scheme, fine. We will do what needs to be done. But by virtue of the same logic, I would like to ask you, why are people not talking about the fact that Manoj Pandey, the Armed Forces Chief, he is very happy. He says this is a great scheme. Air Force Chief, the Admiral from the Navy, Mr. R. Hari Kumar, they have put their stamp of approval on the scheme. And mind you, I've heard retired army personnel, Captain Yogendra Yadav, Paramveer Chakra awardee of Kargil fame, has put his stamp of approval on the scheme. General J.J. Singh, another retired and a reputed army veteran, Lieutenant Colonel, another retired army veteran, J.S. Sodhi.
But we're also seeing these protests on the streets. We're also seeing these protests on the street. In Bihar alone, protesters have run riot and damaged 700 crores worth of railway property.
Let me please, Poulomi, I want to say one important thing to you. have you noticed, be it the farm protest, be it the protest over Agnipath, why is it that Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Vadra, who have the time to give their opinion on everything under the sun, have not bothered to condemn the violence that has engulfed the country?
Okay,
Has
valid
not
point.
tweeted
Supriya,
even once condemning the violence.
Supriya, do you want to respond to that? Rahul Gandhi,
And
Priyanka
Supriya,
Gandhi
she
Vadra are
has
saying
the
justified
audacity to sit
anger,
here and give violence to the BJP.
but are not condemning the
Why
violence.
has
You
Congress
did.
not
Her
condemned the
question is
violence?
Rahul
My
Gandhi and Priyanka
content
Gandhi are not
question.
condemning it. Sanju, 1 second. Sanju, let her respond. Yeah.
She has to keep quiet.
Supriya,
She has to keep quiet and be civil about these things. The country is burning. Be sensitive to that and respond to it. I will respond with just one thing. The Congress president has issued a statement, and in no unequivocal terms, she has asked the youth to show restraint and to protest the Gandhian way.
Supriya, I have one counter to that. Yesterday, NSUI workers were part of the protest that happened at Sikandrabad railway station, where one young man died as well because the police was compelled to open fire. NSUI workers.
I want to ask you a question. Is it sinful to protest in this country? And if the government is not being able to
Nobody is saying you don't have the right to protest.
I'm sorry, this is not how I can talk. You will have to let me speak because this is not fair. You let somebody speak ad nauseum, and when I start speaking, ask me questions after I finish my answer. मोदी जी ने इस देश को 16 करोड़ रोजगार देने का वादा किया था 8 साल में. But at the end of 8 years, they come with a जुमला 10 लाख रोजगार देंगे 1.5 साल में. She kept on justifying the anti-farmer laws. What did Modi have to do? He had to go back and roll back those reforms because they were anti-country. You will have to do this, and I am saying this is ill-conceived. It should have come with consensus. It should have come as a pilot. Which is why decisions are being made.